Alright, we're in the general store and we have business with Sybil. Well, tea business, so nothing serious. But I think we also wanted to ask her about Stella. So let's see about that. Look at this little shit. Man, he's teenagers. God bless him. Alright, the bells of the general store chime welcomingly as the three of you enter. Kanika, there you are. You were supposed to stay in bed today, remember? And hello, you two. Hope you both recovered from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom. It's just that Stella's missing and Stella can take care of herself. Unlike you. You need bed rest and lots of fluids. You don't need to go running around town spreading that cold of yours. Go on. Get up to bed. I'll be up in a minute with more tea. I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to Hula about. I'm really feeling okay. I want to hear what you wanted to say to them. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? Oh, look at that. Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I should really lie down. Bye, Hula. Kanika turns and heads towards the stairs without saying another word. And I'm so sorry to be a bad host, Avery, but I was hoping Hula and I could do our reading in private. I'm sure Winnie needs help at the diner. You're right. I've totally left her on her own today. Fine by me. I wouldn't want to mess with your tea vibes. I'm sure those leaves are very particular. Why does she want me alone? I don't like that. I don't. I know it's Kanika's mother, so I should trust her, but... Oh, but before I go, I do want to ask, are you a witch? As flattered as I am that you think I'm that magical, I'm just an old lady who likes tea and has a few unusual hobbies. The funny thing is, I asked this the previous night. Look, I'm just saying doing stuff like reading tea leaves is pretty witchy as far as I'm concerned, but I won't push it. Though, just so you know, if you are a witch, you can totally tell us. We'd be cool about it. I'll leave you all to your not supernatural private tea leaf reading. We'll catch up tomorrow, Hula. Alright. They make their way out of the general store, disappearing down the street in the direction of the diner. Shall we? Well, shan't we? Sybil motions towards the tea room. I don't know. Look, we have authentic rocks here. Wait. Pulled from the Scarlet mine. No entry. Lots of taxidermy. Not happy about that. I guess that's family, the founders, yeah. Got some food stuff, nothing exciting there. Alright. Follow Sybil to the tea room. Whenever I see a screen like that where it has just one bullet, follow her to the tea room, I feel like maybe if I had chosen different things, there would be more than one option. Because otherwise, why have it? You know, if that's the only option, you don't need it to be clickable. Please have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. Oh yeah, you need to drink it first and then you read from the tea leaves. I have minimal knowledge about this. The good thing is I watch a lot of movies, especially horror movies and fantasy stuff. So I know a lot about things just by, you know, watching a lot of stuff. But I've never had a tea reading. I've never had anyone in my circle of friends or family circle do a tea reading for me. I don't know if even I know someone who would do it. So I'm a little bit, I don't believe in it, so that's also one thing. But then again, you know, I also do tarot for fun, so yeah. It's tea is life, okay. Don't make it your whole personality, okay? So you got, oh, this little Kanika. Look at her, she looks... she looks so cute. Okay. Oh, and that's probably Sybil's husband who died. Oh, okay. Alright. Sorry, I'm dragging this on again. Like, that's why every single chapter takes me 16 episodes. You take a seat at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here, only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through the heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plant in the corner. Ah, specific lights for the plants. Book smart. It's castor bean, an incredibly toxic plant, and strange for a tea maker to keep around in her workspace. Oh, really? It's so pretty though. Yeah, I don't know. As someone who has cats, everything toxic is a no-go. Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy with an undercurrent of decaying earth. Although I say this, I have a tomato plant in my kitchen, but the cats are not allowed in the kitchen, so that's fine. It's the same tea you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday. This is a special blend. It should help clarify some of the visions you've been getting. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat? What's the wink? What is the wink? I don't like it when people wink at me. Feels always a little bit condescending, doesn't it? I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, oh yeah, okay. Explore, zip your tea. Is that really exploring if I zip my tea? Well, maybe I'm exploring the fragrances and the taste of the tea. So how did you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? Did you know my mom? Yeah. Did you know my mom? But of course, in a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Pearl Ann was a lot like your grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say she was not a very kind woman. So Edwardine was the one who betrayed the guy in the whole possession section, right? So that makes sense. I was wondering because sometimes awful people can be very charming and nice when it suits them. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for a fellow man. But Sybil and Tabitha, I thought they get along. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite the rebel. Oh, so she was like the black sheep, if I may say so. Why were Pearl Ann and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Yeah. Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young, too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. Oh! How young was she? She didn't survive the labor. What do you know about my grandma? I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The youngest died when the girls were still children. Edwardine never spoke about them, nor did your mother. I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Did they even exist? No. I'm joking. I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Edwardine took over the mines. Okay. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stuart or something, just as forgettable. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenage fling that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though. She was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it. What with skipping town and all. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she'd been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what had happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. Who is my father then? So I don't know my... Yeah, but I said... Hey, didn't I always say, welcome to the dead... Oh no, the Dead Mom Club. Yeah, that's the running gag I hate and never said, actually. I just said it as a choice. So we don't know who our father is. Ooh, will that be a huge reveal? Like something mind-blowing? But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in wedlock, so I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious, as far as I knew. So she knows more than she lets on. But the way Vivian was that night she came to me, it stuck in my mind. It's always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby. Because there's a blood curse. Zip your tea. Tea reading. Drink the tea, it's good for you. I mean, if I want to do a tea reading, I have to drink the tea. You take the tea, zipping it delicately. Actually, you're allowed, I think, to sputter and like make noise. I think that also helps cool the tea a little bit. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. Okay. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. Just with tea, that... Did she drug me? So how did you wind up with Scarlet? Quick yanking me around. You have something to tell me, just come out and say it. What's with all of the mystery and ritual? If you have something to tell me. No, let's do some small talk. Oh, my family's been in these hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the local flora. Everything I've learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. There hasn't always been a reliable doctor up here, especially not one most folks could afford. They have to figure out their own medicine. Let me reap. Oh, now I need to know. I don't want to be. She will tell me in her own time. I think antagonizing her will not do me any good. You close your eyes and take another sip and then another. It's delightful. The tea is gone before you know it. The small cup empties save for what's left of rehydrated leaves coating the bottom. Oh, good. Glad you found the tea palatable. Palatable. Enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. What does that mean? Did you drug me? Now on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit in the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. Hourglass, okay. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may at the very least be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here, a cat. An enemy lurking in plain sight. Not Frou-Frou! Not Frou-Frou! Don't you dare! Don't you dare, developers! Not Frou-Frou. There was another cat in the library. And that used to live in the haunted house. I don't want it to be Frou-Frou. I can't. Oh, the cat's gotta be Pixel? Or maybe it's Frou-Frou. Those are the two cats I know. The cat could be Tabitha. The cat could be Wayne. The cat could... Oh, so it could also be symbolic? Okay. Oh, that is so... Ooh! Yeah, it was mentioned previously. But what's interesting, it can't be Wayne. Because Wayne himself said there is someone I can't trust. I think. Wasn't it Wayne? I think it was Wayne who told me there's someone I cannot trust. So, if he was the one I couldn't trust... I'm not quite sure if he would play this weird 4D chess, because it could backfire by mentioning this even. So I will go, so it can't be Wayne, or at least it's unlikely. I don't think it's Kanika, because Sybil... No, it doesn't make sense. Oscar, Reese, Avery, Dr. Kelly... Cat could be Dustin. He's a possum who lives in my dresser, and I try and talk to him every day to hear his wisdom and help with his troubles. It would break my heart if he's a traitor. No, it's not Dustin. Let's not. The cat could be Pastor Daniel. How do I know you're not the cat? Yeah! Oh, Pastor Daniel. But I don't know him that much, so it's like... I mean, yeah, he's still lurking in plain sight. Could be Avery. I mean, Avery is very chill about the whole thing. Like, he's the only one who's not concerned that anything bad might be happening. So that could make him a suspect. But I hate playing this kind of game because I'm not quite sure we had any clue. Like, any evidence, piece of evidence that would link someone to this. So let's go with this. That's ridiculous. Sybil is helping you. And if she was the cat, why would she warn you about herself? Pick someone else. Yeah, so it also couldn't be Wayne by that logic. So it shouldn't be like that. Okay. I don't think it's Stella. Although Stella talked us into the house hunting, and maybe she didn't expect that she would be involved in such a vicious manner. And she's always the one who drags us into these things. So maybe she wants to have a certain outcome, and she didn't expect that she would also be threatened by the whole thing. Because you very often in movies and stories in general have an enemy or villain who does villainy things because they think they will not get hurt by anything of that. You know, especially in the horror sphere. There was like, oh yeah, that, you know, that eldritch monster will not eat me. And then they're like, oh shit, it totally did. Aw. Let's be dumb for a bit. Oh, the cat's gotta be Pixel, or maybe it's Frou-Frou. Those are the two cats I know. Dear, the cat isn't a literal cat. Like I said, it's a symbol for an enemy lurking in plain sight. Probably a human enemy, but almost certainly not a cat. I just wanted to be dumb because that was my initial reaction. So I think that feels like a realistic reaction. Also, I studied literature. Oh, well. You don't have to figure out an answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Yeah, that's it. So right now, actually, Avery and Stella are the ones that I would suspect. I didn't have that many connections. Reese doesn't hide in plain sight, to be quite honest. And Dr. Kelly also, they both don't feel like they're hiding something, definitely. But I'm not quite sure. If they were an enemy hiding in plain sight, wouldn't they be more obvious about? Like, wouldn't they be actually in plain sight? They're so cooped up. So I'm not sure about that. With Tabitha, it feels like she's more of a red herring because she's so miserable. I mean, she is hiding a goat, and goats tend to be used for satanic rituals and stuff like that, but I'm not quite sure. Stella is, for me, a suspect, yeah, because she has dragged us into a lot of stuff. And maybe she's gone for certain reasons that have something to do with that. And Avery is a suspect because he's very cool and nonchalant about everything that happened. I mean, there were people that died and got hurt, severely hurt. And he acts like nothing bad happened. So that feels like someone who is not as bothered by everything because he actually cannot be hurt as much. So we'll see. Just be on guard and keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. Look, if it's Dustin, I will die by the possum. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's connecting to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carvings, seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out. Piece together what you can from your visions and arm yourself with information. Oh man, feels like I'm playing Mass Effect. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another? Yes! Your thoughts drift to that door yesterday, the one that seemed to draw you and urging you deeper into the clinic. Is that... That's a heart, okay. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. I think to really surprise the player, the cat has to be someone you actually are forced to interact with in almost any circumstances. Because if it's a person that's easily missable, or like Reese and Reese's mom, where we had next to no interaction with them, except that one little dinner, or lunch, whatever, then it wouldn't be a big twist, because it's like, well, I don't even know them. It's not that big of a betrayal, you know? And we haven't told them anything. But with Stella or Kanika or Avery even, because Avery pops, well, I also invited him quite a few times, but he popped up today on his own. So there, you're forced more to interact with Avery just by chance than with Reese or Reese's mother. So Tabitha, Avery, Kanika, and Stella would be the biggest, you know, cats. And Sybil, of course, as well, but apparently our subconscious told us that that would be stupid. I don't think it's stupid. It's the same reason why with Wayne, I'm like, I don't think it is Wayne, but it would be kind of a 4D type of chess. I'm just not sure if the developers would write something like this, because to be quite honest, that sometimes is a bit dumb. Okay. All right, back to it. Oh my god, I'm just already talking too much. I think I felt another in the clinic. Bad stuff always happens around them. I should seek out more of them. Those stones need to be left undisturbed. Do I want to tell her? Remain silent. I know it's probably not a comfortable proposition, considering what's happened around them the past couple nights, but anything that happens around those stones may be worth it, if it means you're able to get ahead of your adversary and whatever threatens this town. So here's the thing. Sybil could be the adversary, because I now will be more suspicious of everyone around me. Also, why did my subconscious tell me that it's stupid that it would be Sybil? But here's another thing. She's now telling me what I should do. What if going to the stones will actually trigger the bad event? I think that's all the help I can offer. So that's why I also didn't tell her about the clinic. You know, I still don't really trust her. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it just brought up more questions than giving any clear answers. Because maybe there isn't even a bad leaf in there. Like, maybe there is no death, you know? Maybe that's just her way of pushing me, like, because she creates pressure, right? She creates fear, so I do something. All you did was look at some leaves and tell me to go put myself in danger. Thanks, I'll let you know if I find anything. Yeah, let's be nice. Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully, you won't need it. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. Also, let's remember she has poison in her flat. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table and you're escorted back to the door. Do we see anything that... And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. Talk to Miles. Is your mom a witch? Go surreal, I just thought you should know. So Kanika has a cold, huh? That's what she says. She's just trying to get out of work again. Like I didn't have anything better to do all week while she sits in her room watching anime. Says the guy in Goku pants. Why don't you two get along? Yeah, I want to know, but this first answer is super funny. Ask her. She's the one who always bosses me around. Just because she's older, she thinks she's my mom or something. I have a mom. See any weird rocks around town? Yeah. You? He smirks. Clearly this is a very sick bird, and you should feel bested by his wit. Alright, yeah, whatever. Check in on Kanika. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kanika. You make your way upstairs. Look at the stickers. Yeah. You knock on Kanika's door. Mom, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm just going to lie down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, Hula, what's up? Can I come in? Yeah, let me just straighten up. You hear frantic crumpling and clinking and shuffling as she tidies her room. Okay, come in. Oh, yay! I love all these messy rooms. Alright, let's see. So we got that. If it's anime, that's probably like a horror anime. Manga, no anime. And then, oh, she got like a little greenhouse here. Yeah, I know those clothing piles. I know them. Oh, that's interesting. Is that art? You got butterflies. Why does everyone have dead animals in their rooms? And then, oh, she's collecting figures. Okay, all right. And then the bags are like, okay, all right. Kanika's room is the sort of place that's stuck between the past and present. Faded stickers from her childhood line her bookshelf, and boxes of packed belongings sit in the corners of the room. I don't usually have people over. Don't judge me too harshly for the state of the place. Nah, for me it's very relatable. I'm currently trying to structure everything. Had a little bit of a change in my life, you know, and now I need to restructure my flat. And it's very much fun, but oh boy, you know, what accumulates in 10 years is crazy. Tip, dialogue options marked romance. Oh, we'll start a romantic arc with the character you're talking to, and we'll lock you out of romantic arcs with other characters. Ooh, you don't have to be nervous about me seeing your room. There's no better way to get a sense of who someone really is. Packing for something? Ooh. You motion to the stack of cardboard boxes. That's all my stuff from college. I never really unpacked. Oh, yeah, probably because she always thought she might go back, right? It seemed like a waste to unload everything. It's not like I was staying here long term, so I just have to pack up again eventually. I guess I did move back in over a year ago, so these boxes have just been sitting here unopened for a long time. But any day now, I'll load them back into the van and get out of town. Any day now. You don't have to be nervous about me seeing your room? Yeah. And do you like what you see? Why do you want to know? I do. It doesn't have to be a like or dislike thing. I just think it's interesting to get to know people. Sure, but not like that. Whoa. Whoa. I actually do. I think it has charm, and everything I see is that of a little nerdy weirdo that is totally fine with me. Phew, good to know. I know you just said that I didn't have to be nervous, but wow, was I nervous for a second there. The thing is, some people are very much clean freaks, and there's two personality types of people who need to have it very, very clean. There's the one type that needs to have it clean in their space, and they're totally fine if their friends are messy. And I think they're cool, you know, when they see a room, they're like, yeah, that's your room, whatever. It's not my room, you know. And then there's those that cannot put themselves into someone else and that feel like if your room is messy, you don't have anything under control, you're a bad person, and why would you ever, you know, that it feels like for them it's a personal insult. So I get that you might be nervous if someone sees your messy room. Okay, the moment has come. Everyone, I already said before in other videos that if I do a romance, then Kanika would probably be the only option I would go for, because she seems to be like the person I would go for. I mean, you know, in real life, probably for a man type of Kanika, but there's all the guys in this, not really my type, you know. Like, one is a corpse. I don't know if you can romance Wayne, but if you can, he's basically a corpse. And Reese is just, I don't know. No. And Avery, he's too chill for me. That would stress me out, you know. So, and Kanika, we seem to be very much on the same wavelength. So my character, let's just do it. I mean, it's chapter 4. It's not like we will get introduced to 6 more characters, right? So let's do it. About us, yeah? I want to protect you. I know we've only known each other for a couple of days, but I really care about you. I guess I just wanted to let you know. Do you like me? You know, like me? Oh, that's so male, white, pathetic protagonist of a rom-com, you know, who's kind of, oh, I'm so quirky. Return, never mind, forget I said it. No, let's do the first one, because actually that's the only one that's close to anything I would say. Although I don't think I would say anything after a couple of days. It's too early. I stick with that from a personal view. Like, for my character, it's fine for the point of this game. But from a personal view, a couple of days, man, no. Kanika's eyes dart away as her cheeks flush. Do you really mean it? We just met. Of course I mean it. I don't mince words. I mean it. I hope you feel something similar. What can I say? I just want to wrap you up in my arms and protect you from the world. Who is this person? Ugh. I'm not usually a love at first sight kind of person, but I think you're the exception. No, the first one is, dude, let's calm it down a little bit. She composes herself, flipping her hair confidently. Wow, can't believe I was able to win you over so fast. Guess you were too weak to resist these feminine wiles. And now it's too late. You've fallen for me and I can reveal the dork I truly am inside. I mean, look, a dork with feminine wiles, that's a great combination. Gaze upon my enemy figures and despair. Sorry, was that too confident? I'm just like super nervous because I like you back. And I hope I don't mess this up because I want to get to know you better before you leave town. Hold her. I can't, let's be a little bit more wordy. I can't believe it, because we're both kind of nerdy, wordy nerdies, you know, dorky wordy nerdies. And so I guess holding her, that's too confident. That's not us. So I can't believe you both feel this way about each other. I can. Aww. She reaches forward to hold you in her arms. Her body is soft against yours, and you can feel her heart beating quickly in her chest. She runs her hands across your back and smiles, her eyes filled with a warm joy you haven't seen before in your short stay. And she smells incredible. Her sleek braids exude a perfume of warm coconut and an aroma of flowery cucumber. Oh, I love the smell of cucumber. What is this? Wafts from her skin, the scents melding to create a sweet tropical bouquet. After a long moment, you pull away. Sorry also, when it's bumpy, it's because my microphone stand is on the table. Because I have a cat, I can't have one of those arms. Because of my tomcat. He will wreck it. You know, he will throw everything and break it. And so it needs to be on the table so it's stable. But that also means if I'm slightly doing, you know, a little bit arm action on the table, then you can hear a little bump. So I'm sorry about that. I am well aware. After a long moment, you pull away, your hands slowly letting go of each other as the two of you stare into each other's eyes. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. I don't do this, like, ever. I've never even made it past second base. Or first base? See, I don't even know what the bases are. I'm messing this up already. And this is why, because I get all flustered and weird and ghost people, because I'm scared that they're gonna figure out how unlikable I am. What? I haven't seen her do a single thing that was unlikable. Not a single thing. And to be quite honest, everyone else in this town sure as heck did something that was unlike, well, maybe not Avery, but everyone else. And I'm doing it right now. Wow, I really can't stop myself. Okay, no, I'm cool. I'm totally cool. We like each other, and that's cool. Oh, you can't start a fire? Okay, we started a romance. Official. Screw hanging out in my room for the rest of the day. Wherever you're headed, I want to come with you. Gotta maximize the amount of time we spend together before you go back to Leary Cove, right? Even if we make other plans for later on. I want to be with you right now. Oh, now that she does, I hope she doesn't get too ill. I don't want to, but where would we go? I can still feel that door in the clinic pulling at me. I think that's where we need to go next. I was hoping to see Reese sometimes today. I want to ask if he knows anything about Stella and, you know, make sure he's okay after what happened at dinner. Let's do it. All right. Ooh. The two of you make your way back out into the hallway hand in hand. What about Kanika's brother? He's always in plain sight. He's always in the background of a lot of stuff. He was in the mines. He led the girls to the mines. Huh. Ooh. Because he looks very suspicious right now. I mean, and the fact that he and Kanika don't get along. Huh. Before you make it to the stairs, the light turns on, startling both of you. I thought you were going to get some rest, Kanika. You should really get back to bed, or this cold of yours will only get worse. But I still have a lot of energy. I don't feel like sitting around. I don't think I need to. Of course you do. I know you best, and you just haven't been yourself these past few days. Oh, this running around has been a detriment to your health. Did she give her tea? Because she talked about this tea, and where Kanika was like, I don't need any more tea. Is this Münchhausen by proxy? Or does she? Not Münchhausen by proxy. That's a whole different set of, you know, symptoms. But does she want to make Kanika ill so we are not getting together because we both are so smart together that we could solve everything? Miles and I want to see you healthy. Build this family together. The thing is, that feels so obvious now that we have the whole cat story, and now they both look like, ugh, you know, so I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's a red herring as well. You shouldn't get between a mother and a daughter. Sybil knows what's best here, and Kanika is more than capable of speaking for herself. Is this my subconscious? Why is this happening? Has this happened before? I feel like that wasn't the case in the last chapters. Book smart. That accelerated heartbeat. She's running on adrenaline right now. It's going to wear out sooner rather than later, and she won't be able to help you if something happens tonight. You're putting her in danger. Remain silent. Remain silent. Kanika sighs. We didn't even have a choice there. It's like that subconscious steers how we react and forces us, like we don't have options whenever the subconscious is added, which is super weird because previously we could do look, just last episode it was apparently totally fine to butt in a whole strike where we had no idea what it was about, you know. I'm sorry, Mom. I know I've been neglecting the general store. And I let Miles run off the other day. That was so irresponsible of me. He's old enough. That wasn't irresponsible of her. That was irresponsible of him. That's alright, Kanika. He could have gotten hurt, but he didn't. And it seems like you learned a valuable lesson from the experience. Also, Sybil, where were you when your child ran away because your daughter is not the parent? Are you out of your mind, Sybil? I hate parentification of older siblings. And I'm an only child, but I hate it when it happens. It is so mean. And it's so asshole-ish from the parents. Like, where was Sybil? Yeah? Shh. Now let's get you to bed. You just need another day to recover. Then you can get back to all this town mystery business. Hula, you'll be fine without her until tomorrow. My mom is right, Hula. You go on without me. See you later, okay? Before you can utter another word, Kanika returns to her room. Sybil's eyes carefully watch you as you leave and make your way back to Main Street alone. You make your way up to the familiar hill past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. Oh! Ask a woodland creature how they'd get into the house? Oh my god, yeah, that's a raccoon. And there's a ditchling. So, closer to the forest, there's also a ditchling. There's another ditchling. Look, oh, there's Wayne! So he's watching as well. Lots of ditchlings. Here, look, close to the basement. Tons of ditchlings. Oh, that's so interesting. Quickly glance around, eyes trained on the underbrush. A flash of a striped tail grabs your eye immediately. Can I help you, buster? Hey there, if you were trying to break into that house at the top of the hill, how would you do it? Do I see any ditchlings here? No. But this looks like something creepy will happen there. Oh, I hope nothing happens to the raccoon. What? Just because I've got little hands and go through people's trash, I'm supposed to know how to break into places? There's a hill that'll take you right up to that big flat roof thing. Sometimes the humans leave windows open up there, and I go inside. Don't tell them, okay? I like to sleep in their big piles of cloth. It's one of my few joys in life. Aww. He leaves as you turn back to look at the clinic. You have your way in. Or should we knock on Reese's... Oh, they're close to Reese. Ooh, do I want to... Oh. So, if Reese lets us in, it will put us in less trouble if we get caught. But he might also tell his mom. And then we can't do anything. Also, I think going from downstairs to upstairs is more difficult than going from upstairs to downstairs. If no one knows that we're there, maybe we can sneak into that room before they see us. Oh, this is, you know what? I will save in case I break something. I love how many save spots you have, but probably because there's so many options to play this. Also, do I want to quit now? Let's end this episode here. That's a great, because it feels like once we're in the house, I feel like a big chapter, a big story beat coming. And if we end this episode here, then we can do it next time. Because if I start it now, I know myself. At some point, I will get a little bit like, can we wrap this up, you know? And so I'd rather end this episode here. Okay, I talked a lot more than actually things happened, but we learned about the cat lurking. The traitor. Although we didn't learn it for the first time, we actually heard it from Wayne before. But maybe Sybil knows about Wayne because they are enemies. And maybe Wayne tried to warn us about Sybil, and now she's doing the same thing. But I feel like it would be so obvious now, because Sybil just now was so freaky. Is that a little bit too obvious? I will stick with Stella and Avery being perfect cats because it would be more of a surprise. Also, given their personality. I trust Kanika. If she betrays me, just like with Dustin, so be it. Just like with Pixel and Frou-Frou specifically, then it is what it is. I will not regret a thing. But yeah, so that we found out the cat whole thing. Then we started the romance with Kanika. We locked in now, so no one else can. Sorry, Wayne. But I think you probably stink. Like, if you're dead, you probably stink so much. And I'm really bad with smells. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So nothing big happened here. But still, I think big moves, right? Story-wise. What would you do? Would you break in through the roof or the terrace? Or would you knock on Reese's basement window? I'm not quite sure if I will be able to upload everything before I record the next chapter, but I'm still curious about your answers. And please, if you know what happens in both these instances, then please do not answer. Just go by if you don't know it, because it's no spoilers, you know. Just go by if you don't know what happens, what would you do? What do you think? Because going through the if we are getting caught, then obviously going onto the terrace is a break-in. It's a proper 100% break-in. It's illegal. You know, they can lock us up. That's the one contra. Also, in general, it's a horrible thing to break into someone's house, right? No matter what they have no matter if they have kidnapped people and etc., then of course you're allowed to, but not really allowed to, but you should. So that's, you know, I don't like breaking into people's houses, and also if we get caught, there's a huge fallback. There's trouble, right? But when we knock on Reese's basement windows, I don't know if I trust Reese enough that he will not tell his mom, you know, that he will help us with this. Because maybe he says we're crazy and shoves us away. But then again, I feel like if we're in Reese's basement and his mom finds us, there's no legal basis. He has invited us. And that's why I probably right now would lean more towards the basement window, but I do think it's more exciting to do the terrace. So that's why I'm in between. So yeah, let me know unless you know the spoiler, you know, what happens. Unless you know, but if you don't know, then please let me know what you would go for. And hope you have a good day. See you next time. Bye! This is my self-recorded outro song so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays!